Hey guys, it's Melissa with Web of Creativity, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a tag star album. I'm going to give you all the dimensions. The star album is not my idea or my design. What I did was I made it into a tag album to fit Graphic 45's ATC tags. So this little guy, let me zoom in a little bit. So we have a belly band to close it. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this guy. Look at that. Look at that star. And so I have it. So we have these little tags. These are Graphic 45's ATC tags. And I used their die to cut out the tag mat. Look at that mat. I love that mat. So with the tag die, you can place it anywhere on your paper to make your mat. It's super cute. And I have a magnetic closure to make it nice and smooth and closed. And in another video I have on how to make this trinket box. I made this box so the album can fit inside of it. It is a Sizzix die, Ellen Hull Sizzix die. Extra large scoreboard die. So I have another video on how to assemble and mat this guy and add a magnetic closure. So keep an eye on that. That's in the links below. So let's get started on our star album. Alright, we're going to work on the star tag album. So we're going to need 2 colors of cardstock. We're going to have the longest piece, which is your base piece, and that's going to be 3 inches by 6 inches. Then we're going to have your next piece. Oh, and you're going to want 7 of those. Then your next size, your next color is going to be 3 inches by 5.5, and those are 7 of those. And lastly, you're going to need 7 pattern papered cardstock, and those are going to be 2 3/4 by 5 inches. And then we're going to score them all in half. Let's see if I can. So we'll take our longest piece, 3 inches by 6 inches, and we're going to score it. You can probably see that better. 3 inches by 6 inches. We're going to score it 3 inches on the long side, which is the 6-inch side. And you're going to do that with all of your 3 by 6 pieces. Then we have our 3 by 5.5. We're going to score it on the long edge, which is the 5.5 inch line, and we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And you're going to do that to all the pieces. Then for your pattern paper, it's 2 3/4 by 5 inches, and that's going to get scored at 2.5. And you're going to score those on all of your pieces. So for one star, because we'll have to make 7 of these, so we're going to take 1 of each piece. So we're going to fold in half. Sometimes when scoring your paper's not perfectly lined up, and we need these to be perfectly lined up. So when you're folding, you want to make sure your edge is lined up, and then we're going to press down and then use our bone folder, because we're going to want that to be flat. Oops. And we're going to do that the same thing with our next piece of cardstock. We're going to line up our corners, make sure they're flush, even, hold, and then press. And then lastly, we're going to do that with our pattern paper. Line up. And I did that the wrong direction. Don't mind me. Sorry, this is the pattern I want shown, so that needs to be on the inside. Also with the pattern paper, I'm going to punch, which I have to empty out. Give me a second. I'm going to punch 1/4 corner rounder on my pattern paper. And I'm going to ink just the pattern paper. I'm not going to ink the cardstock, but you can if you want to. Alright, so we want to take, we're going to take our, this will be our biggest piece, is this pink color. And then we have the cream as our second piece. Our second piece, we're going to add tape to. Get out our 1/2 inch tape, turn it over so it's on the hillside, and we're just going to tape flush to the edge, that 3-inch edge. So we got both of those edges taped. We're going to do the same thing to our pattern paper on the back side, where the mountain side. We're going to add tape to the edge. Got a little overhang. Trim that. Oh. Don't mind me turning the papers around. It's still just the edge. So we want that flush to the edge on the 3-inch side. So we're going to take our longest piece, our second piece, and we're going to line them up with each other on flush to the edges. Alright, so we're going to do that. So we lined up. Alright. So we can see it's shorter. And we're going to go ahead and for the next side, we're also going to line it up. I'm going to line up. And then that's our start of our star. Okay. I'm going to, because we need this to be straight, so I'm going to line up my corners, and then I'm just going to give it a good rub, because we're going to want this to be flat too. Okay, then we're going to do the same exact thing with our pattern paper. We're going to, no, we're not going to do the same thing. We're going to have it come in about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to go with, I think it's just a, is it 1/4 or just a, not a 1/4. We want it about 1/16 of an eighth, 1/16, an 1/8 of an inch, sorry, not a 1/16. You want an 1/8 of an inch in. And we're going to have the same at the top and the bottom. So you see it's a little bit shorter. Then we're going to do the same thing to the other side, and that's just going to give us a little bit of a border. So there we go. And that is, yeah, 1/8 of an inch. Let's see if I can get that roller to stay. So we got 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So look at our star. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Flatten it out. All right, we need to do 7 of these guys. I'm going to do one more with you and then do the rest off camera. So get another pink cardstock, cream, and blue pattern paper. So we're going to fold our pink, line up the 2 corners, get our cream, line up my 2 corners, eventually line up my 2 corners. It's kind of jumping. There we go. And next, my pattern. Again, wanted it on the inside. Have to remember which side to fold. So whatever I want to show is going to go on the inside. Punch my corners. Oops. Don't mind the camera moving. Gonna ink. I'm using Distress Oxide Vintage Photo for this one. Tim Holtz Distress, just Vintage Photo without the oxide will work too. I like the Vintage Photo for the Graphic 45 paper. Alright, then we're going to tape flush to the 3-inch edge for both sides on the pattern paper. So you're taping the side you don't want shown. Then we are taping the cream color cardstock, which is the middle cardstock, flush to the edge, the 3-inch edge. Then we are going to line up the 2 edges from the larger cardstock and the second to the largest, the middle cardstock. So I got that. Next, again, that's just going to be 1/8 of an inch, so I'm just eyeballing, get it centered. Eyeballing and just getting it centered. There we go. And then we want to fold. Okay. Make all 7 of them. Okay, so I got all 7 pieces done of my pages. And we need to mat our tags. So the tags that we're using are Graphic 45 ATC tags. And to mat them, I have a tag die. This is a Graphic 45 tag die that cuts out the mats perfectly. So I already cut my mats out, and then you just attach them to the tag. So I'm going to go ahead and attach one. I've already did several of them. So I cut it out with the die, and then I inked my edges. And then for the skinny part, I'm going to add some glue, which I know I'm off camera, but I'm just adding some wet glue. I'm using Crafty Tacky glue. I'm just rubbing that on, so that's Craft Tacky glue. You can use any wet glue that you like. So I just added it on. It gives it just a thin border. Oops. So that is, see, the good thing about the die is you can put it anywhere on your paper to cut out a piece such as this hot air balloon. So I love this tag. The rest aren't like that. They're just regular tags. Okay, and then we're going to put our tags aside and start attaching our pages. Okay, for attaching our pages, first you want to put them in the order that you want them in. So you're going to put them in the order, and then take your first one. Your first one's going to have a cover piece on top of it, and then your first page and your second page will attach together. So how I'm attaching it is with the 1/8 of an inch score tape. So I'm only using 1/8 of an inch score tape. So we're going to tape the your edge. So you want to make sure that you're right side up with your paper, and you close it, and you want it on your left edge, straight down, and then your bottom. Get more into the frame. So we're going to get it all the way to the bottom, and we're not going to go all the way over. So we're going to go about 1/4 of an inch, and we're going to stop short. That gives our star a little more movement for the binding. So again, the left edge and the bottom on your first page. Then you're going to take your second page. You want to always make sure that it's right side up, and we're going to attach them together. So we're going to have that little opening close to that binding section. So when we attach them, we're going to line up the edge and the bottom so they're all even. So we got the edge, and then squeeze your fingers in there the best you can for the bottom to be attached. So the bottom is connected, has that little bit of space that we left, and then the top is open. So now you can start seeing where our tags are going to slide in. All right. Next page. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our tape to all of our pieces before we attach them all. So I'm going to do one more, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So we're going to want it on the left edge. and the bottom edge, leaving about 1/4 of an inch space. So again, left edge, bottom, leaving 1/4 of an inch space. So let's go ahead and add tape to all of our pieces. I think, checking to remember, so your last piece will not have tape on it. So again, your last piece doesn't have tape on them. Let's go ahead and tape the rest. Alright, I have all of my pieces taped except for the last piece. And we're going to continue working. So we'll take our tape off, attach our third page. So we want it flush to the edge and flush to the bottom. Pretty much flush everywhere. And then we're going to squeeze and get our fingers in there best we can. Alright, it's coming together. Next page. Got our little 4-star going on. Everything is looking smooth and lined up. Okay. Next page. Oops. Jumped right out of my hands. Okay, our last page. You can see our star. Oh, it's looking good. So we got that. All right. So next we have our cover pieces that I cut out. These are, what are these? These are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I cut out 2 of them, and going to round the corners, doing 1/4, 1/4 corner rounder. Ink some edges. Alright, I'm going to take the backing And I'm going to use magnets for my closure because I don't have a lot of ribbon, and no ribbon to match this paper. So I'm going to use my magnets for closures. Feel free to use some ribbon just when you attach your ribbon first before you attach your covers. So I'm going to use the magnet. The magnet is to close it in the star. So it'll be a nice star shape. And then when it's not a star, I'm going to make a belly band. I have this piece cut out that'll work perfectly for the belly band. Alright, so let me tape these guys. Alright, we're going to add our magnets next. There we go. I'm going to need those. So I'm going to add some tape to my magnets. And it's a 1/2 inch magnet. I'm going to just put it right in the middle. Going to add, for placement purposes, you put your magnet on top of your magnet. You add your tape. Wow, that shot. Let's try that again. Okay. Then we make sure we add this evenly. I'm going to pick it up. Put it back down. All right. That looks good. Don't pull off. I should have put paper in the middle of it. Nope, got it. So now I have my magnet placement. There we go. Now we're going to attach our covers. I'm going to add tape over my magnets first. I'm going to get some tape out. That didn't work. Cutting some tape. Might have cut it too much. Nah. Alright, now that I got my tape on, stay. I'm taking off the tape backing of my cover. And making sure this is faced forward. I don't want to attach it upside down. I'm not in view. So I'm going to attach it so it has about a 1/8 inch border. One-eighth inch border. All right. Okay. Now we can add a little extra to our album, decorating it. But there we have our star album, and then we're going to add, let's see what it looks like with our tags. So this one's my favorite tag. Yeah, like the hot air balloon tag. Okay. So we got our tags in there. And of course, if you want to mat the backs of the tags, you can do that. How cute! How cute! Okay, so I have, we have a belly band to attach, our front cover to decorate. So for the front cover, I just did another, cut out another clock shoot to attach on the front. And Dream, which I'm going to make a little blue border for, just like I did for the front cover of the trinket box. So we have that to do, and I cut out some pieces to decorate some of the pages. So I've got some strips going on, so I'm going to add those. Might cut out a couple of these guys, so I'll show you what I do. But first, let's go ahead and do the belly band, because you don't need to watch me decorate. So the belly band's just going to be simple. It's just going to wrap around, and I'm just going to add some tape to it to attach. About probably a 1/4 inch piece of tape on the back, and that's it. I'll do that right now. Where's my 1/4 inch tape? So I'm gonna want, I'm looking to see if I need to add, I think I already inked it, so I'm gonna add my 1/4 inch tape. That's gonna bounce open. Oh, there we go. Perfect fit. Look at that. That is awesome. Let me get my box. Let me get my box. Okay, so I'm opening the box. Oh, it fits. How cute is that? All right, super excited. I'm going to go decorate, and then I will show you what I did. I have finished decorating the album. So you can see I have this clock. This is a graphic 45 die. And then I added just a couple little things. Not too, this is busy, so I didn't add anything to my busy paper. But I have this little flower cutout. And then that's it. You can decorate the back if you want, of course. Super cute star album with tags. Alright, and then I have my belly band and my trinket box to go with it. I do have a written tutorial for all this with all the dimensions written out for you guys. And that's on my blog, www.webofcreativity.net. Thank you for watching.